Hello everyone, my name is Serafi and I'm happy to meet you all, and finally we have a huge banger of a pack coming up. Upcoming selection pack, Future Begins 0. There are Sky Striker cards in here, which is lame. Sky Strikers need to just die already. This deck does not do anything. It's ridiculous how Konami keeps printing support for them. They still are never going to be good, so I just don't want to, I don't want to even bother with this. But the rest of it looks amazing. We got Eclipse Twins. We knew that Eclipse Twins was coming because they were like, oh, we're gonna ban Ophion. Okay, well, now that Ophion's banned, Eclipse Twins isn't interesting. You can use it to get back, your detonator and your what's the other one? Ryzeal detonator and Ryzeal duo drive. Yeah, you can use it to do that, but who cares? That's not good. I mean, getting detonator back is better than nothing, but you're not going to play Ryzeal after the ban list because Ryzeal has no cards left, so who cares? But here we go. The other three cards are interesting. So we got Lunalight, Liger Dancer, Number F0, Utopic Future Zexal, and Eidos, the Underworld Monarch. And actually, all three of these decks were so exciting to me that I actually made a video on every single one of them. I made a video on the new Monarch support when it came out in the TCG. I made a new video on the Utopia support when it came out to the TCG. And I made a video on Lunalights when they got second place in Worlds. So I'm really excited for all of this. And I think Liger Dancer came out in January of this year. So we're really starting to catch up to, we're getting close to where they might actually start giving us cards as they come out, because we're running out of new cards to print when they're doing this every month. All right, so let's talk about the cards that we're getting. First up, Sky Striker Ace Area 0. This is a light machine link monster that requires 2 Sky Striker Ace monsters. You can only special summon Sky Striker Ace 0 once per turn, and it cannot be used as link material. 2,000 attack points. It does have good arrows for once. The 2 arrows point to the left and right down, which is significantly better than any other Sky Striker arrows, so good enough. If this card is special summon, you can add 1 Sky Striker spell from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So it draws you Engage. That's wild, actually. As a quick effect, you can tribute this card, special summon both 1 Ray and Rose from your deck or graveyard, then you can destroy 1 card on the field. You can only use 1 Sky Striker Ace 0 effect per turn, only once that turn. Interesting. So if you link summon it, you do get to add your... Oh, it's not even just link summon, it's special summon as well. So if you revive it, you get to search. That's pretty good, actually. Okay. You can only use 1 effect per turn, only once that turn. If this card draws you... If this card draws you spells when it's special summoned... I wonder if it would be possible to do, the Call of the Haunted deck with this. Right? Activate the field spell, get 3 Call of the Haunteds, and just summon 0 on 3 different turns. And just keep drawing Engage. That's gotta be good, right? Because Sky Striker is the deck that takes forever to win, so... I feel like 3 Call of the Haunteds would actually be pretty interesting for them. It does obviously shut off your Sky Striker cards, but then you just link 0 off into a different Sky Striker ace. This effect is, the search effect is really good. The quick effect pop is mediocre. Next up, we have Eclipse Twins. Eclipse Twins is a rank 4 Warrior Xyz monster. Oh, it's a warrior. Okay, so this can be played in Argo Stars. All right, fair enough. Okay, since it has a home in Argo Stars, people will actually probably play it. I think this will probably see play in Utopia as well, but I'm not sure exactly what it will be used for. 2 level 4 monsters. For this card's Xyz summon, you can treat rank 4 monsters you control as level 4 monsters for material. You can detach 1 material from this card. This card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase this turn. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 2 other rank 4 or lower Xyz monsters in your graveyard, special summon 1 of them, attach the other to it as material. So yeah, this card is there so that you can you attach it, you mill it off of Ryzeal EXT, put it in your graveyard. Then when you summon Detonator, you attach Eclipse Twins to Detonator. Then when Detonator dies, you use up all of Detonator's effects, you let Detonator die, without using the detonator effect to prevent Eclipse Twins from like detaching a card to keep it from dying. Then Eclipse Twins brings detonator back with another material, so that you can keep blowing things up. And then as soon as detonator comes back, it also attaches another material from the graveyard because that's its effect. So you end up with 2 materials on your detonator that just died, which is pretty good. It's a fine effect for Ryziel, but I mean Ryziel's just dead now. All right, next up we have Lunalight Liger Dancer. This is a level 12 Dark Beast Warrior fusion monster that is a fusion of Lunalight Leo Dancer and 3 Lunalight monsters. It must be fusion summoned with the above fusion materials, unaffected by any card effects except Lunalight cards. So this is the same thing as Super Quantal Mecha Great Magnus, which except it's a lot easier to summon. So I'm sure that this card will actually see a lot more play than Magnus. Not least of which because the first comment on this update is thick, furry thighs. I want to be choked by Liger Dancer Watermelon Crusher thighs. Yep. I read this for you guys, so you don't have to. Anyway. Can make a second attack during each battle phase. Once per turn, as a quick effect, you can send 1 Lunalight monster from your extra deck to the graveyard to destroy all your opponent's special summon monsters. So this is a towers that can pop your opponent's entire field. And you mill, I guess you mill Saber Dancer, right? Because that's the only one that has a... Saber Dancer's effect is... No, that just gives you attack points. What does Perfume Dancer have an effect? No. Both Saber Dancer and Perfume Dancer don't have an effect. They is a quick effect. So... Okay, fine. You just pop cards, and then I guess on your turn you gain 3,000 attack points so you can beat people to death. Alright, next up we have number F0 Utopic Future Zexal. This is a rank 1 light Xyz monster that requires 2 Xyz monsters with the same rank. But unlike F0, those monsters can be number monsters, which is really nice. This card's original rank is always treated as 1. It gains attack and defense equal to the total ranks of all Xyz monsters you control, and in your opponent's graveyard times 500. Your opponent's monsters cannot target monsters for attacks except this one. Also, your opponent cannot target other cards on the field with card effects. I said this when Utopia first came out. You have to understand, there's not an effect like this in the game. This is ridiculously stupid. I know what you're thinking. You're like, that doesn't sound like that sounds like, normal stuff. No. It does not say your opponent cannot target other cards you control with card effects. It says your opponent cannot target other cards on the field with card effects. So as long as you control F0, your opponent cannot target their own cards. That is wild. There are many cards in the game where a player will target their own card to resolve an effect. For example, Kashtira Theosis. Kashtira Theosis says, target a Kashtira monster you control, special summon a Kashtira monster from your deck with a different attribute. There are other cards with a similar effect where you say, okay, you have to actually have a monster from the archetype, and then you get to do something like special summon a monster from the deck, or from the graveyard, maybe you can fusion summon, that sort of thing. Preventing your opponent from targeting their own cards is stupid. It's genuinely stupid. Like, you can't play Ancient Gears, because Ancient Gears can't play Ancient Gear Catapult to destroy their own gear town. You can't play, I'm trying to think of, a deck that you guys would know there's so many, it's crazy to think of you many cards target. Let's just type in the word target. Let's see what we got. Obviously, you can't get Imperm. You can't get SP Little Knighted. You can't use any Fiendsmith graveyard effects because they all require that you target the monster that would be equipped. Can't access Code Talker. You can't. Let's see. You can't use Detonator because Detonator requires that you target a card. So Detonator, Detonator can target F-Zero, unless you have two of them. Yeah. Let's see, Are there any Malice cards? No Malice cards. Yeah, but I mean, you get the idea. You can't use Desiree because Desiree requires that you. No, Desiree doesn't target. Never mind. It's it targets if it's with its grave effect. So yeah, I mean, you get the idea. Like, there are a lot of cards that target. So this is just ridiculous. Then the other effect is, once per turn, when your opponent activates a card effect on the field as a quick effect, you can attach one material from this card, take control of one monster your opponent controls without targeting and permanently. Also, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects this turn. So you just steal one of their monsters forever. It can't be targeted, can't be attacked, and then F-Zero can't be destroyed by battle or by card effect. This is really cool, and importantly, it's not just F-Zero that's coming. You have to understand that there was a lot of new Utopia cards that were revealed with this. Like, for example, Go Goblinberg, which is a level 4 Earth Warrior that says, when this card is normal summon, you can activate this effect. You cannot special summon for the extra deck for the rest of the turn except Xyz monsters. Also, special summon one non-warrior Go monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Then if this card is in attack position, change its defense position, because that's what the original Goblinberg did. If this card is detached from an Xyz monster to activate that monster's effect, you can add one Dododo monster from your deck to your hand. And then what's the new Dododo monster? Dododo Warrior, which is our level 6 Earth Warrior. You can send one Dododo monster from your deck to the graveyard, special summon this card from your hand, but its level becomes 4. Also, you cannot special summon for the extra deck for the rest of the turn except Xyz monsters. If this card is detached from an Xyz monster to activate that monster's effect, you can add one Zubaba monster from your deck to your hand. The new Zubaba monster, Zubaba Knights. If this card is normal or special summon, you can activate one of these effects. Add one Zubaba monster from your deck to your hand, except Zubaba Knight. And if you do, this card's level becomes that monster's level. Or destroy one level 4 lower defense position monster your opponent controls. If this card is detached from an Xyz monster to activate that monster's effect, you can add one Gaga monster from your deck to your hand. So this card will let you draw your Zubaba Bancho Gaga coat and then change its level to 4. Then you get to, and then it also can destroy a defense position monster because the original Zubaba Knight could do that. So you have this thing where they're like referencing their old cards, but they're all way better. All right, what's the new Gaga card? Gaga Ganbara Knight, which is a level 4 warrior monster. You can reveal one Gaga monster in your extra deck, special summon this card from your hand, then you can apply one of the following effects. Special summon a Gaga monster from your hand, which is your Zubaba Bancho Gaga coat, or change the battle position of one monster on the field, which is what the original Ganbara Knight did. If this card is attached from an Xyz material to activate that monster's effect, you can add one Go monster from your deck to your hand, which is your Go Goblinberg, so the loop happens no matter which monster you start with. Then you also have, once you have reached the end of the loop, and you're like, I need to add a Go monster, but I started with Go Goblinberg. Now you have Onomato Kage, which is a reprint of Kageto Kage. Level 4, Dark Reptile Monster. This card is always treated as Zubaba, Gagaga, Gogugo, and Dododo. If you control a Zubaba, Gagaga, Gogugo, or Dododo monster, and this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. You can banish this card from your graveyard, return up to 2 Xyz monsters from your graveyard to the extra deck. And, of course, you're like, well, they want me to reveal a Gaga monster in my extra deck to use a Ganbara Knight's effect. What monster am I going to reveal? There's a new monster. Gaga Girl. So 4 Gas. Rank 4 spellcaster requires 2 level 4 monsters. If this card has a Zubaba, Gagaga, Go-Go-Go, Dododo card as material, you can detach one material from this card, add one Gagaga, Onomat, or Xyz card from your deck to your hand. A Utopic Future Xyz monster that has this card as material gains this effect. If it is Xyz summon, activate this effect, and it can make a second attack during each battle phase this turn. There you go. That's pretty freaking good. So yeah, I'm really excited for the Utopia deck. That was a lot of ranting. Let's get to the last card. Eidos the Underworld Monarch. This is a level 6 Dark Spellcaster. If this card is no more special summon, you can add one Monarch spell or trap from your deck to your, or one monster with 2800 attack and 1000 defense from your deck to your hand. You can declare one attribute. One monster on the field becomes that attribute. If you tribute summon a monster with 2400 or more attack and 1000 defense while this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand or special summon it. You can only use each effect once per turn. There are a lot of new Monarch support cards. I believe there's 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them. Including a new trap card, Continuous Trap, called Monarchic Perfection, which literally says, once per chain, if your opponent controls special summons a monster, you control a tribute summon monster, you can banish a Monarch spell or trap from your graveyard, activate one of these effects, but you can only use each effect once per turn, destroy a monster on the field, which is a board, destroy up to 2 spells or traps on the field, which is Mobius, discard a card from your opponent's hand, which is Thestalos, destroy one face-down card on the field, which is Grand Marg, place one card on the field on top of the deck, which is Ryza, or banish a card on the field, which is Caius. Yeah. Literally, you have a searchable trap that gives you every one of the Monarch's effects if your opponent tries to special summon a monster during, either player's turn. So they special summon 6 monsters, you literally get to use every original Monarch's effect for free. The flavor is amazing. The artwork is great. It's like Eidos conjuring a dark, light, wind, fire, water, and earth sphere above his head all at the same time. I can't wait. And the other thing that's important to note, Sky Striker, bad. Ryziel, bad. But Lunalights, Utopia, and Monarchs are dirt cheap. Like, yeah, you're going to get new cards. But what about the other cards? Let's look at Lunalights. There are two Lunalight URs in the entire game right now. Leo Dancer and Saber Dancer. You might not even play Saber Dancer. And then Leo Dancer is at most a 2 of, if you're going to make 2 copies of the new fusion. And the rest of the cards are, there's only, even after that, there's only 3 SRs. And you don't play Panther Dancer because you're not going to actually make Leo Dancer. You're going to use Leo Dancer as material. So you don't play Panther Dancer. You're going to play 3 Tigers. You might play 1 Fusion. So that's what, 2 URs, maybe 3 URs if you play Saber Dancer. And I don't mean 3 ofs. I mean 2 copies of Leo Dancer, 1 Saber Dancer. So 3 URs, then 4 SRs. That's it. For the old cards, that's it. And then everything else is dirt cheap. You have rares and neutrals. What about for Utopia? Utopia, you've got quite a few URs. Number 39. Number 39, Ultimate Leo Utopia Ray. And Number 39, Ultimate Leo Utopia Ray, and a few of the other cards, the main cards that you would play, like Ascended Sage and Armed Sage, along with the Gagaga and Onomat cards. Those are all in a structure deck that you get 3 copies of for 1,500 gems. So there's a structure deck for Utopia. What about Monarchs? Monarchs, you get a free structure deck from the story mode that has all the Monarch cards in it. So, and then as far as Monarch cards, how many URs does Monarchs have? 3. If you really want to play a dedicated Monarch deck, you have Domain of the True Monarchs, which is an insane floodgate. This card deserves to be a UR. Erebus, which allows you to This allows you to shuffle a card from your opponent's hand into the deck, which is the best form of hand rip in the possible, and that's really good. And then Aether, which is the way that you tribute summon during your opponent's turn. So this card is absolutely like a mandatory effect to have for Monarchs, so it makes sense that it would be a UR, but you can probably get away with playing one of this. So yeah, like there you go. 3 really cool decks. One of them absolutely insanely broken. One of them a fan favorite anime deck, and one of them for the TCG fans out there who've been playing Monarchs since they when they came out. Like, this deck has been in the game for so long that surely we have plenty of Monarch fans out there. And they're all coming on November 7th. I will be making a Lunalight video, I will be making a Utopia video, and I'll test the waters on Monarchs and see if I like it. My name is Serafi, and I was thrilled to have all of you with me.